today I wanted to make a YouTube finally, as promised, about bossy habits, $1 million habits that help you continue to be a boss. I'm an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur. I am just working on being a better me, and some of these are some things that I apply to my daily life every day, or maybe not every day, but I try to go back and review these things about myself and check myself. Bossy habit number one for me would have to be self-care. Like, you are the only person who has to live with yourself for the rest of your life. So it is so important to take care of yourself. One way I would say to obtain wealth is not just about money. It's about just overall being healthy, having a good lifestyle, exercising, eating good every day. Like, you know what it takes to take care of you. It may be talking to your therapist, going on a walk to clear your mind, going to bed an extra hour early to prevent burnout. Like, self-care, self-care, self-care. I reiterate that so much, and I have it as the number one bossy habit because it's so important. It's all about you, literally. Your life is all about you. So self-care is the first tip to success in being a boss. Bossy habit number two would have to be time management. Time management is so important. And that is something that I'm still working on in myself because I'm late a lot. I'm a late a lot. But just being able to plan, prepare, set alarms, and just hold yourself accountable to show up and be on time for yourself every day. I would definitely say time management would be bossy habit number two. Bossy habit number three would be better or be your best self. I'm a very ambitious person, so I'm always looking for new ways to get better, learn new skills, learn anything. I like to sometimes envision what my best self would look like. If I can just snap my fingers and be the person I want to be, what would she look like? And then I actively try to get there. So I think being better or being your best self is definitely a great bossy habit to have to get you to the next level of your life. Because in order to be your best self, what do you have to do? You have to set goals. So bossy habit number four is set goals. And goals are just things that we write down. I would suggest writing them down, just not only to think about them, write them down, set intent, hold yourself accountable. And also be kind to yourself because life is hard. So you may set a goal to say, okay, maybe a small goal, like I'm going to reach 1,000 followers by such and such date. And you are organically trying to reach those followers and it's just not coming by the date you set. That does not mean that the goal is not accomplished. That just means that you need to work harder. So once you reach your goals, I think it's important to reward yourself, because when you reward yourself, you motivate yourself to okay, what's next? I like to reward myself with big things like new perfumes, maybe like a bag or something, but something that is just worth the accomplishment. So I set my bar really high for myself and I just try to make bigger goals and bigger goals. So bossy habit number four would definitely be for me to set goals. Bossy habit number five would be surround yourself with like-minded individuals. I think this is so important in that you have to spend time with people who fit who you are, or more importantly, who you want to be. A gem that my grandmother gave me, shout out to Kit, was to look at the 5 people you're the closest with, and that tells you a lot about yourself. And when you do this, your friends are your friends, but their characteristics, they do rub off on you. So when you look at the 5 people you're the closest with, it should either be like they're beneficial to me or they make me want to do better. And I think you can be very intentional with who you surround yourself with. So bossy habit number 5 is surround yourself with like-minded individuals. They're your support system. My friends are my therapists. I'm my friends' marketing directors. Good friends are so important for growth. That is very bossy to have good friends. Bossy habit number 6 would be wake up an hour earlier. And I know it's already hard for me to get up when I get up now because I love sleep, but it is important to push yourself, right? We want to be bosses. We want to be bosses of our lives. So getting up an hour earlier will not kill us. And what it allows us to do is to get in the habit of having a better morning routine, praying, setting our intentions for the day, maybe finishing up some tasks from the night before. Like, I'm a mom, so if we go to bed and the dishes don't get washed or something the night before, waking up an hour earlier lets me get up, pray, wash my face, do my morning routine, but I have time to wash the dishes or maybe clean up or organize an extra load of laundry. I mean, there's so much you can do with that extra time that I highly recommend. Whatever time you get up, set your alarm for an hour. Bossy habit number 7 piggybacks off of bossy habit number 6, but it is to declutter your space. Decluttering your space helps with productivity. It helps with organization. It just helps clearing up your aura and your entire being. When your space is cluttered or unclean, it's hard to think or process. But when you have good lighting, you can burn a candle, spray scents. I don't know. I use Palo Santos. It just depends. I'll do anything to make my energy better, but decluttering your space is definitely a bossy habit, and it just opens the door and makes room for better things, good things to come into your life. So I always recommend decluttering your space when you don't feel it. Bossy habit number 8 would be for me communication. Communication is so important. We are the only being that can use words and intelligence and communicate with each other the way we do. And I think communication is so important. It's important to speak with intent. It is very important to stand on who you are. And, in order to be a good boss or a good leader, you have to be able to convey a message, but just being able to articulate yourself and, just even if you don't have the best enunciation or you don't have the best confidence in yourself, still stand firm on who you are. If there are things that you don't want to do, you can say that this is your life. Or if there are things you do want to do with yourself, communication is so important. One good tip that I like to do to work on my communication that has helped me with even making YouTube videos or just making presentations at my job or speaking with my clients would be mirror talk. I talk to myself in the mirror. It's good for your self-confidence, and it's also good that you kind of can organize your thoughts. And we're in here, so we can't see what other people see about us, but we're able to look in the mirror and at our reflection and communicate the message that we want to give off to other people. So bossy habit number 9 would be let it go. Let it go. It's so self-explanatory, but it's really not as easy as it seems. Let go of things that no longer serve you. Release them out of your space. Dead weight does nothing but weigh you down. Like I said, I like to envision my highest self, and if my highest self does not align with the dead weight I'm carrying, I let it go. This is my life. I am in control, and anything that is not serving me, benefiting me, or was maybe for a past season in my life can go, and I don't have a problem. It's like, sorry, not sorry. Like, you don't fit in where I'm trying to be. And I do everything with love and kindness. So it's never like, you gotta go. But, it's okay to let go of things that no longer serve you, even if it's people you love. You don't have to love people up close and in their face. It's okay to love people from a distance and still do what's best for you. So bossy habit number 9 is a gem. Let go. Bossy habit number 10, which I personally would consider to be the most important bossy habit of them all. But bossy habit number 10 is, drum roll please, as I sip my wine. Oh my gosh. Bossy habit number 10 is put God first. And thank you, God, for never judging me. But putting God first is such an important bossy habit to have, only because you can try to be the boss of your life as much as you want. You can boss people around. You can be the boss of your children. But ultimately, like we've learned with COVID, the only boss is God, Allah, the highest power, the most high, the universe, whatever you have to call it to make it make sense to you. I think it is so important to know and have faith and just imagine all good things for yourself because God is in control. God is a healer. He is a deliverer. He can be your best friend. God is everything that everyone needs. And I just feel like it's something that you have to find within yourself. I pray a lot and I've discovered my faith. But for me, bossy habit number 10, put God first. You can't be your best self without God. And I often like to, in my prayers, say, like, I can see and envision all of these wonderful things for myself and who I want to be. But God, what do you want for me? What do you see my best self as being? Because that is ultimately like what I really want for myself. So I hope that these bossy habits were very helpful to you. These are 10 things that I like to implement in my life. And I hope they're helpful. So the goal is to elevate. If you enjoyed this YouTube video and plan on applying any of these bossy habits to your routine, please like, follow, and subscribe.